So these are the brackets to hold up the foldable table. I'm gonna spray paint them too. You might not see them that much, but just in case you can see them a little bit, I'll spray the paint them black. Just taped up these sides because that's where it's gonna screw into the cabinet, into the table. So I'll put some glue on there. So I taped it up so paint doesn't go on there, and I'm just gonna hang it from a tree or something and paint them. Looking good. Today I'm gonna try to make a flip up table here. I got these brackets. You got 2 of them on Amazon, and you attach it to the wall right here like this, and then you press this lever right here. It folds like this, and you have a folding table. And the table we decided to make out of this cutting board. It's from IKEA. It's like a bamboo. So now I have to figure out how to get it up there and have it open up. The problem that I have is that it's just thin plywood, and there's no way for me to get behind to reinforce it with anything. So I'm gonna use these, they're called toggle bolts. You basically drill a hole, put them through the hole, and it's supposed to unfold behind and hold the bracket in. I'll use those and some glue, and hopefully it'll hold. So I made sure the board fit here, and I'm just tracing the holes and gonna mount this up. I got the holes marked. Need to use a 3/8 drill and start drilling. Hopefully this works. If not, then I'm gonna mess up this whole cabinet front. Yeah, probably gonna put that on the camera and use both hands. So what I'm gonna actually do is from down here, like you can see or not, I'm gonna cut out a little piece, and this is actually hollow, so I'm gonna try to slide a piece of wood in there and drill holes through that wood also. That way it'll have a lot more support. I cut out this board, and I cut out a space underneath here. I'm gonna try to shove this board all the way in here like this, and then drill these holes, and then this thin plywood, the bracket will go through all of this and the plywood, so it will make it stronger so it doesn't rip out as easily. See if this fits. It's probably too big, doesn't want to fit in the hole. Oh yeah, it's going in. Okay, I see it. Come on, keep on going. I got it in there. I just have to, you can see it a little bit. I have to move it this way somehow. You can see the wood here. I'm gonna drill a hole now and try to put a bolt in, try to hold that, because this still doesn't line up. I think there might be a nail from there that's holding back. So for this side, I decided to go with these anchors. You screw this in, and then you screw the screw into here. Because I don't have, since I put a board in there, I don't have any room there anymore, because behind this is the box with the propane tanks, so there's no room for me to put the old things in. So for this side, I'm gonna try to use these, see if they work. I'll have to patch up these old holes. I couldn't put the board here anymore because there was a screw sticking out here underneath, and the board wouldn't go in, so I moved the board this way, fill them in with something, paint it up, and it's gonna get covered by the board, so should be okay. I'll put this last one in. You just spray drill holes and screw it in. I got them in. Hopefully it holds. So the board I put underneath here, it goes all the way down here. So I think I'm gonna put 2 screws right here to also hold the board in, and then there's gonna be a board running like this, and this is where this will mount to. So it'll be a lot stronger definitely than just a thin plywood. Pretty much the way it's gonna go in all this whole board and this whole area. So I think this should work out. So the screws that come with these anchors are longer than the anchor itself. So if you're trying to mount something small, you can't screw it in all the way. So I had to go to Lowe's and find some other screws. I ended up buying number 6. That's what these ones are, number 6. And then I bought 1-inch ones. They're a lot shorter than the other one. And they fit good. I also bought some washers because on these brackets the holes are really big, so these little screws just go through. I bought some washers so it won't go through those holes. So I think I'm ready to mount it finally. Definitely not just a bolt-on kit. If you want to do this in a RV or camper inside the house, it would have been straightforward, but it's a different story in the camper. Finally gonna mount one of these on. And got the screw with the 2 washers. I don't want to tie in too much. I want to make sure everything works first. And then I think I'll also put some glue on before I put it on. Just to make sure it holds well. Time to mount on the next one. I'm really happy these screws worked, the ones I bought at Lowe's. And I put these nuts on. That's what I was talking about. These holes are too big for these little screws because this is what it came with, and that's for mounting inside a house, and I don't have that much space. So I tried like hitting with a hammer, and with my hand seems like there's some kind of reinforcement underneath here, I think, because it sounds different. So I'm gonna mount the second bracket right here. I was thinking of mounting right here to make it closer to the edge, but if I mount it here, it'll still be fine, and I think there is some kind of reinforcement here, so that'll be nice. I drew a line here. I put the cutting board on top and threw a level on top to make sure it's level. And now I'm ready to put on the other bracket. Yep, I drilled, well, this one is I tried to screw this thing in without pre-drilling the hole, because on that one I pre-drilled, on this one at the end I tried to do it and the top broke off, so pre-drill holes. Anyways, I pre-drilled this hole and there is reinforcement here. Now I can screw it into reinforcement. That will make the table a lot stronger and keep it from ripping out. Both of the brackets are mounted. Let's see what it looks like. And there you go. Looking good so far. And you see how right here I made this bracket closer to the edge. Here I made it a little bit further. I was gonna make it like right here, but since I found the reinforcement under the plywood here, I put it in there. That way it will be stronger, and this will definitely be fine. So now I'm gonna see if everything works. Screw the brackets into the board, and then I think I'll have to cut the board because it's too long this way. Yeah, I put a little shim here to leave a small space here, and on the other side too. Circle where the screws are supposed to go and pre-drill the holes and then screw it on. I'm gonna actually use the small screws that came with the mounting brackets. Okay, so that works. I'll pre-drill all of them. Hello, it's me. So the cutting board is all mounted. and it works great. You press the two levers here on the bottom, and that's it. It works really well. The board doesn't scratch anywhere. The noise you hear is just the hinges, probably because I painted them, so they'll have to wear out some paint in a few places. But other than that, it works really well. I wanna trim it, cut the board so it matches that line, that cabinet line. I wanna cut it. It'll be a little bit nicer. This side has an end piece, and it hides the brackets, so that's really nice. It's really nice. Time to go cut the board. So I got the board cut, and I'm gonna take all these brackets off and put some glue on there and screw them back on. These anchor pieces that I used, I found out that if you put a screw in there and then take it back out, the next time you put it in, it's gonna be loose. So pretty much once you screw something in, don't take it out anymore. I took out that bracket you put glue on there. It got loose with the other screws, so I had to use bigger, thicker screws, and now I got that on there tight. Once you screw something in here, you can screw it back out. So the table's all done. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, I wouldn't sit on there. Yeah, cut the bottom right there so it matches the lines.